everybody. Welcome to AJS News. This is the video 1 of 2 for today.
But first, a new word from our sponsors. Hey guys, back again to tell you about my favorite app that helps me stay on top of my finances, Rocket Money.
It lets me know when I get paid. It lets me know when things are due. It lets me know when things go up in price. It's perfect.
Yeah, I've been using it for years. I've been saving money, setting budgets, and it keeps me organized.
And it lets me know when I have these weird municipal online charges for $1.50, $1.50, $1.25, $1.25.
What are you doing?
Excuse me, what are you doing, city? I guess probably just, look at this. $1.25. I think it's, but see, I like knowing all the information.
Yes, you
Who's
need to
charging
know.
me what, when. Then there's even a section you can go to for reoccurring subscriptions, so you can see, oh my God, I got to cancel that thing I've had it for way too long or it's going up in price. Guys, Rocket Money, it is our easiest promo because I use it every freaking day. Go to rocketmoney.com/angryjoeshow. The best part, completely free. And if you like it, there are more features that you can upgrade with premium, but I use it all the time. The best ever, guys. Check it out. Keeps you organized and keeps you budgeted. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the video. Check it out.
You're on your phone all day, every day. You might as well find out when you get paid, when things go up in price, and when bills are due.
We love saving you money. Okay, and the first, so click the links down below. AJS News, Mind's Eye Review. I wish I had it out last week, but boy, we had so much extra content to go through. So hours and hours of Ironheart wasting our fucking time. We had F1, we had Megan 2.0, so check that out. We had some awesome Warhammer 40K DLC come out that I had to play and check out. And so tons of videos last week. However, I've got Beeline on it, so it should come out this week now. The boys will be streaming tomorrow. Go check them out on twitch.tv/Angry Joe Show, where I will be finish the edit for Mind's Eye. So that's the next review, and then I think we're probably towards the end of the week, if I can get Mind's Eye review out as soon as possible, maybe some Death Stranding 2, maybe? Y'all let us know what you're looking forward to. But this week is jam-packed too, because we've got Jurassic World Rebirth is coming out. That's July 2nd. We got the other 3 hours of Ironheart coming. And boring, and then Death Stranding 2, and then they are ramping up marketing, Joe, for college football as that nears release.
You're using that loosely. They're ramping it up.
Tons of trailers are coming out recently. Yeah,
they're not very good.
Yeah, so a lot of content on its way. Thank you for your patience, and let's get to the game. Also, I watched Squid Game Season 3 over the weekend. Probably shouldn't have, because I woke up with a black eye. I did 4 in the morning when I.
Oh, that's something you hate yourself.
Yeah,
yeah, but I was like, what? How can I be this black if you just don't get sleep? So I know the boys haven't watched it at all.
No.
And that's just too many hours of content, especially with all the stuff we have to do.
Was it good
this week? No. It ends really unsatisfying.
Yeah, I mean.
And I am done. So we went from 10 out of 10, international fucking hit, to what the fuck are you? I understand you're gonna go that way, but it's just still thing. And they want
season 2.
And they want to do more, but not more Korean, more other countries. So that's I've already said too much. So maybe I'll do a vlog, little quick thing for y'all if y'all want.
Is it Kate Blanchett?
Leave it down in the yes.
Oh, okay.
And leave it down in the comments below. Kate, why? Who is our fucking agent, man? This is all right. Anyways, what the hell has been going on in gaming news, Alex?
Hey, Target absolutely screwed a bunch of people when they ordered a Switch 2, and then they're like, "Hey, we'll get you yours," and they're like, "Oh, we told too many people they could have them." Well, Target's sorry, and not only are they sorry like they normally are, they're actually giving people some money. Well, gift cards. And I think this is a nice thing. So if Target screwed up your order, check out, go back and check with them.
Target.
There might be an eShop gift card waiting for you, $50. which is not enough to buy a video game on the Switch 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say $50.
Yeah. You're a little more than halfway to Donkey Kong.
You gotta give.
It's better than
even
nothing.
Like, how much are games? Nope.
No free game.
$50. That's as much as I'm willing
to do. The game's $70, $80.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing.
Don't care.
Again,
it is better than nothing, especially when people were excited. So if you're one of those people,
but are they gonna get their console? It's like, hey, sorry we didn't get you it on time. Not only are we going to get it to you eventually, but here's also $50.
It depends on like the region that you're in, because some places are getting more of them. If you're here in Texas, some of them, like we said, got stolen.
My buddy was able to get one.
I wonder if you're able to cancel and get your $50 and buy it somewhere else, because obviously if you want it, if you're an early adopter, you're like, I want the fucking console. I'm going to find any other way to get it. But then still get $50 from Target. Do you know at all?
It didn't say
the details
about how you could cancel. Yeah. Target. Well, actually, let's see. Target seems to only be offering a $50 eShop card to people who pre-ordered a Switch and received it on or after June 7th.
Oh.
But some people have claimed that they've been able to contact Target and still get
say, hey, I want that too.
So I would check with them, but this is the first of the major retailers to say we're sorry.
Yeah.
And do something about it.
Oh, I got a story as well for Resident Evil.
Oh, okay.
Let me know where.
About Leon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll put on the end of 2.
Okay.
New report is suggesting that third-party Switch 2 games are below estimates. So we're talking about Cyberpunk, Yakuza, some of these other games. People are buying the Switch 2 because they want to pay $530 for Mario Kart. And
I want to play it. I really do, but I'm not going to.
$530?
I'm not doing it.
No, not for that price.
I'm not doing it at 80. I'm not doing it at 500. Yeah. No thanks. There needs to be way more games. I think the majority of y'all that watch this show probably didn't get a new Nintendo console. I would hope not, but I mean, it's up to you. That's your decision. But it's just not worth it. Even the people that were reviewing the consoles, I watched several reviews, are like, yeah, right now, I'm done. There's not much.
Yeah, you get
got it out of my system, and I'm feeling a little regretful. Maybe. Yeah. But it makes sense because some of those third-party games, most of those third-party games are kind of re-releases, things that have already come out. So while I would love to shit on it and be like, oh, haha, you're the price of your bullshit and this and that, I think it has more to do with these are things that have already come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I already have a copy of that. I don't really need it on my Switch 2 as well.
According to this report, it says most third-party Switch 2 games posted very low numbers. They appear to have done slightly better during the launch of Switch 2 compared to Switch 1, but it's hard to describe these statistics as positive. Switch 1 had some of those releases where the game is released, but they didn't play. I remember OJ and I tried playing Mortal Kombat one time, and it was
great.
It was on the Switch 1, but it didn't run on Switch 1. So, so some of these publishers are a little disappointed that more people weren't able to buy their games, which may explain some of these people that bought a Switch and hey, I have nothing to do because they didn't buy those games anyway. All right. The FTC has issued $126 million in Fortnite refunds and is giving players an extra 2 weeks to apply for their money back. And so this is big because this is something that the FTC went after Epic and opened and said that you have to. This is from a 2022 settlement where Epic agreed to pay a total of $520 million in penalties over allegations that have violated the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act and used dark patterns to trick Fortnite players into making unwanted purchases.
Where you accidentally click on that.
Blizzard is the most guilty of it that I've ever seen, where we would click in Diablo 4, you would click on the shop button, and then directly behind the shop button was the immediate pay now button. And
where's my are you sure button?
And if you had currency in it would automatically remove the currency without the are you sure?
Are you sure?
And it's like, oh my god. Well,
they sure. Don't worry about it. They sure. Give me no money, bitch.
So they agreed to pay $520 million, and so this is a new wave of refunds. And so if you paid a bunch of money in Fortnite around that period of time, check to see if you're eligible because you can get your money back. And
so they're going to pay the money back and then address the issue, or
they were forced to address the issue back in 2022.
So yes, we know the problem. I mean, that's about it.
Yeah.
It's like, you're gonna do something about it.
You're gonna fix it, right? Well, they
We
said
know the problem exists.
they were probably given a list of very specific things to fix, and then they fixed those things, and then the ones that they missed, they left those ones in that we'll discover.
Just patch up work.
They'll get sued later. So, Splitgate 2 developer has announced, unfortunately, a round of layoffs.
Wait, that's the guy that did the stage thing with
the super cringe dude who was like, I want video games to be great again, and then he listed all of these games that he stole ideas from because he doesn't have any of his own.
And then there was, and then he made fun of Call of Duty for having big microtransactions.
He has macro.
He did apologize later. I looked at that.
He said, "I'm not going to apologize," and then apologize.
He said, "I'm not going to apologize," and then he apologized.
Yeah.
Because
one group of people was like, "Don't apologize," and and
it's
then
probably
another
the investors as well. Like, you better fucking apologize.
Yeah. That's probably why
we're losing money.
Yeah, and he threw a bunch of people into. Oh, we had some people that came over from Call of Duty that totally did all this stuff, and I had no idea that they were doing these things. It's like, aren't you the CEO?
Exactly. Well, I don't know. This is your project. You need to know what the fuck is going on with everything.
Yeah, I don't want to try to pile on the guy, and I don't know if this is a direct result of his, kind of screw-ups, because unfortunately in the video game industry, this is just kind of how it works anyway.
Yeah.
Your game has to be a wild success. You have to sell, millions of copies in a short amount of time to retain your entire team, including QA, including some of the ancillary, people. So perhaps it's just, the fact that it came out, it did all right or slightly less than all right, and then that's usually when layoffs start to happen.
Yeah, they said
Does that detail how many?
It's a small group. They said that they're doing what they can to make sure that these people find jobs. And then co-founders Ian Prolks and Nicholas Bengamian have opted to not take salaries as it works on the next phase of the project.
See, there you go. So I got to give credit there because that's not normal.
Yeah.
That's not normal. Most companies are like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, you know that Nintendo's done that in the past. They very famously did that when Nintendo was a cool company.
So we take a story that seems like we're dogpiling and turn it into something positive. I'm going to give you a little credit.
Yeah, you credit where credit is due, but also you're cringe as fuck.
He should have ran the idea by somebody.
Yeah.
I just...
Whoever Velcros his shoes in the morning should have been like, no, that's a bad idea.
I like the Velcro shoes, Joe. When's the last time you've seen Velcro shoes, boy? I ain't seen that in a long time.
Me neither.
I don't think I've ever seen you wear shoes with laces on them.
Because I'm lazy.
Oh, okay.
He does never.
Vans.
Holy shit. I've known Joe a
Secret
long
cell,
fucking
guys.
time.
I don't know how to touch you.
Never fucking seen laces.
Well, those are
on
Nikes,
his feet.
but those are Vans.
Nike Vans.
It's
Well,
just
the Nike swoosh
always
on
like van-looking shoes
Yeah.
is what Joe's wearing. Sometimes we'll switch it, but
Now you have to show
no
feet
laces.
pics because people are going to want to see what
Damn
shoes
it.
you're wearing. Yeah.
AJS lore, no laces.
No laces.
And I
Okay.
have actually switched a lot of mine to just slip-ins, but I still have a few lace shoes.
The gym ones have
But
laces.
you've inspired us, Joe.
All right, Riot Games has decided that they are going to allow
Alex, by the way, has these
These
old man, and
He
New
finds some
Balances.
deals, though.
These are Pumas.
But he finds some deals.
Yeah, but they look like he's gonna go out and mow the lawn and shit.
They're good gym shoes.
So you're
like
in your
clouds.
gym shoes all day.
And look, I am an old man, so
Yeah.
like no
We
matter
are-
what,
we are all
no
old
matter
men
what
here.
shoes I'm wearing, they're old man shoes.
Yeah.
All right, Riot has decided that they're going to allow sports betting sponsorships in top-tier League of Legends and Valorant esports. I don't think this is a good thing. I don't, betting in sports.
It's good for them. They're going to make more money, though.
No way. What?
Yeah.
How? Why? Well, we know
Money.
why.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Building the future of esports means investing in a sustainable ecosystem, not just for today, but for the long run, according to Riot's president.
Money.
We know that betting isn't for everyone, and some fans have strong feelings about it, and we respect that. However,
we need money.
the reality is that betting activity already exists around our sports and will continue whether we engage with it or not. So they recognize that money's being made, and they want a giant fucking piece of it. This is, if you ever watch,
there's a market for everything.
And if you've ever watched a sporting event in the last 2 years, the reason that there's so many, hey, put in $5 and we'll give you $250 in free bets is because they know that those people are going to get addicted.
Yes.
And they know that they're going to ruin their goddamn lives. And
eventually they're going to be in the hole $350, which is more than $200.
Because for every one of your buddies is like, oh, I made $1,000 this week, and he's not telling you about the 9 weekends in a row where he lost $300 because that's how casinos stay open.
Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. I think at least our audience knows that.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It can be fun.
A little bit more.
There's a time and a place for it, but there's a reason there's all those commercials where people are like, hey, don't bet what you can't pay. And never.
In the bottom.
Yeah.
They have to say that.
Yeah. They
have to say that at this point.
You got a problem, call this number.
This is a small consolation to, long ago, man, we're old enough to remember when all that shit really wasn't around in the NFL. Yeah. And then when it started coming out, people were like, no, we're not allowing this. This is illegal. And, all these laws and stuff. And then
take this money.
And over the years, they took the money, Joe, and now it's just integrated into all that.
It's like in the NBA right there in the court. Wow. It's like DraftKings or like.
Wow.
How many players have received lifetime bans in the last 5 years in the NBA? I mean, there's the clip that people have been posting again where they're like, hey, is this guy getting a lifetime ban? Their team is down 9 points, and the game is over. He can't win, but he grabs the ball and sprints as hard as he can to try to make a layup before time runs out so he can beat the spread. And
that's fucked up.
And it's because he had a ton of money on the game, and it's like
fucking what's his name, Calvin Ridley got suspended.
Yeah,
playing for some. How does they know? I guess they've got handlers that are like, hey.
Well, they know they know what's going on
before they go into the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not everyone who's playing League of Legends makes faker money. And so if you're on a team and you're like, all I have to do is throw this team fight and I can win a whole bunch.
I hate this fucking timeline.
It's rough.
It is.
In good news, we were talking about Randy Pitchford again. It's not good news about Randy Pitchford, but we love talking about him because he's such a fucking weirdo. Randy,
I don't like talking about him.
Yeah. You don't like his medieval time story?
What did Randy say today?
God damn it.
Randy has said that, hey, you better buy Borderlands 4 right away.
Why?
Because it's not going on sale for a real long time.
Well, then I guess I will have to wait a really long time to get it.
You will have to wait a long time for deep discounts on Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
Why does he say some of the stupidest shit?
Because it sounded good in his head.
Like half his brain works half of the time, so that's like 25%.
Because it's FOMO. He's like, hey, you got to get it now, man.
Right. He knows that some people. He probably at some point was in a meeting that looked. Oh, actually, our sales go way up when we have these discounts. It's just we wish that we would. Our margins are lower. If they bought during this segment of the release, then we would be doing a lot better. And so then he can't help himself, and he says, if y'all are out there waiting for a deep discount on Borderlands 4, well, you're going to be waiting a long time because we may not do it anytime.
So you gotta do whatever you can to get the game.
Yeah, unless it's a bomb. And if it bombs, it'll be on discount in the very next summer sale or whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, people, even Borderlands fans are replying, and they're like, hey, this guy, Tanner, AZ303 says, you and your team make some of my favorite games, but you make it really hard to like you when you spit out crap like this. It's like you never learn. And Tanner's great.
Like you never learn.
Tanner, I don't know you. I don't like that you tweet, but
it's funny.
I really like that.
You make it really hard to like you. What is wrong with you?
Alicod wrote, I swear he is absolutely terrible at marketing. Why did this need to be said like this?
It did.
It doesn't need to be said like that, but I'm telling you why. Because he's... Yeah. I don't know. He might be a little on the spectrum or something, or I shouldn't say that. He might just have no filter, and like he's probably in some meetings, and he's like, oh, yeah, that's cool, and then he's just excited about his game, buy now, and those two lines crossed, and he's like,
yeah, but there's
buy
better
at the
ways
highest
to
price
do it.
possible.
Yeah.
There ain't going to be any discounts for as long as, I can help it.
Yeah, it just makes you think that Gearbox itself is a dysfunctional shit fire filled with idiots who can't control their boss from saying the dumb things.
Yeah.
Because every major CEO and world leader has a team of PR people that are like, you can tell because sometimes they ramble on like they're senile, crazy people, and sometimes it's like, oh, the PRA did this because you can tell because there's punctuation is used and it's not in all caps, and so it's like all you have to do is take his phone away from him when he's 3 months before launch, and then have someone else do it. But I don't know. Yeah, again, you really do like to throw water on your own fire, Randy. I think you just need to work on your wording, boss. And there was a lot of really, really long things. So it's just another thing that Randy's doing to make people
very off-putting.
People less excited about his game.
Yeah.
And do you think, I don't know if you want to add this to the predictions. So if this game bombs, do you think it goes on sale sooner than Borderlands 3 did?
No, I don't think so because he's gonna hold out. Just be like, no, we'll wait.
The game's not gonna bomb.
You don't think so? They're not gonna say it sold less than we expected?
No. Well, I mean, but yeah, that always happens from CEOs and companies, but I don't think it will. That's not the feeling I'm getting that it's gonna bomb. So other than us. I don't know why it's us. Like we maybe because we haven't researched a ton of all the marketing and gameplay videos. At least I haven't seen a bunch of them. Have you been really seeping yourself into Borderlands 4?
No, I've just seen a couple, but no.
People that have are positive on it. They've already been flipped. They've gotten out of the Borderlands funk because of the fucking terrible movie and Borderlands 3, which was a huge disappointment. The first trailer that came out put us off, and we just never jumped back into more media for it. But on general, what I'm hearing is that most people are like, "Oh, that was okay. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be fun, and we're in." So that's the feeling I'm getting. But we'll see. I am curious. It's not like box office number reporting, so I don't know if we're going to get exactly whether it's going to be a huge bomb or not.
Yeah, Borderlands 3 is 22 million units. Borderlands 2, over 22 million units. It's still their best-selling game.
Okay.
Borderlands 2...
Borderlands 3 is their best-selling game?
2 is the best-selling game.
Okay.
89 critics, 8.1 users for Borderlands 2. Borderlands 3, 81 critics, and 5.6.
So Borderlands 3 is 18 million units worldwide, so it went down.
Yeah, and then the audience score for Borderlands 3 was way lower than Borderlands 2.
Oh, yeah. We contributed to that. I think so there is a possibility diminishing returns in like 15 million units sold, right? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. That's what I got for this one.
Oh, I got some stuff. Let's see. 40K stuff. Owlcat is redoing everything from scratch in Dark Heresy. Yes. Is the next upcoming Warhammer 40K CRPG. So if you haven't played Rogue Trader, me and Joe recently played the Rogue Trader DLC 2. And it's DLC.
I did a badass job commanding my squad.
How'd the dog do?
He's alive. He's alive, I swear.
I will never forgive you.
He got killed, but then he won the battle, so the dog revived.
It's called Reckless Strike.
Yeah, he ran the dog up first. Everybody jumped on. Hey, go check out the video. It's hilarious, awesome. Gives you an idea of video gaming in the 40K universe. And it's DLC done right. In fact, the DLC before, there's, the fans like overwhelmingly positive, 10 out of 10 DLC. This one is really good too, because it's got the space cops, Judge Dredd. However, their next upcoming CRPG called Dark Heresy, which that kind of refers to when earlier like 30K universe. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna do this. But they said they're redoing everything from scratch, and I was kind of excited. Even design things, mechanical things, abilities, options, role-playing systems. There would be changes even in the basic stats. So I don't know how to get excited about that because I like what they're doing now, right? So I'm worried that, that will result in a few design. No, I think it's a little misnomer. It's a little, I think it's going to be similar.
Yeah.
But... Do you have something?
Yeah, I really like Kingmaker, and I love Wrath of the Righteous, but even Wrath of the Righteous is bloated.
These are previous Owlcats.
This is one of the Owlcat CRPGs they make, and they're bloated, and they just needed to be... They always introduce a weird thing. In Wrath of the Righteous, it's kind of like the saddest version of Heroes of Might and Magic in there, and it's not good at all, or there's like a weird overworld map thing, and it's just like I'm bored. No, I don't need this. Your game doesn't need this. The role playing and all of the other things are really, really good. And so I think for them to kind of pare down, and I don't want it to be simplified. I think that's the wrong word,
but
like
just
but cutting down on bloat, I think is really important because they bloated their games a lot.
So here's what I really heard when I saw that. What I really said is there going to be more voice lines? Because I'm one of those. Yes, I like reading, and in these CRPGs, there's tons and tons of written lines. So often they don't have the budget to voice all of the lines. If you can add more, I would like that.
Yeah, just adds more to the atmosphere and stuff like that.
It does. It does.
Their deep voices,
badass, voice acting. Because Games Workshop, that's one thing that they do protect with their licenses. You have to work with the voice actors that they already approve and they know, because they want the universe to have this unified sound and feeling.
Alive.
But here's a fan of it. I got my fingers crossed for a reduction in complexity and repetition overall. So if that's what it is, if fans are saying, it needs a little bit reduction in complexity and repetition, that would be good too. We decided that the whole story would be smaller in scale, but wider in variety of the ways you can react, not just in terms of a story, but in terms of level design, combat design, alliances, every bit of the things that we're making for the Dark Heresy with a variety as one of the cornerstones of the design principles. I'm sorry, I was thinking Horus Heresy. That's $30K. Dark Heresy is different. That is $40K. So it's going to be an interesting story for those. And hopefully a less buggy, more polished experience will be added into.
Finished on launch would be real nice.
Speaking of buggy and less than polished, Space Marine, which was announced in, what was that, the Game Awards? Or was it one of the June shows? Its underwhelming remaster is getting an extended refund window. Ooh. So I didn't buy it because I had already bought the original and played a while ago, and I've got so much other things to do. I left it to others. But the Space Marine Master Crafted Edition, its price was a kind of a problem. I mean, $40 for a light touch remaster, that wasn't really that great with a multiplayer mode. Yeah, hardly anybody was playing it, so there was not a lot of people in there.
Mostly negative reviews.
And a flood of negative reviews. It's currently at 71% negative reviews on Steam, and the equally predictable apology and walkback has now arrived. If you've purchased Space Marine Master Crafted Edition, the blog on Steam says you're eligible for a full refund regardless of playtime. So you can play 1 to 2 hours and they'll give you a refund so as long as you request it before 6 p.m. July 10th, 2025, when the Steam summer sale ends.
If these reviews are right, get your money back because this doesn't seem like it costs $40.
Yeah, and it sucks because remember the Anniversary Edition. They did offer a 50% discount for players who owned the Anniversary Edition on Steam too, but still, you're going to have to pick that up if you want. But a series of patches are going to roll out over the coming weeks to address a variety of issues, soft locks, graphical glitches, input issues. Yeah, it kind of sucks because I loved the success of Space Marine 2, and I wanted to celebrate it with, Space Marine 1, and I'm like, oh, cool, they're getting people into Space Marine 1, and it just wasn't, at the polish and remaster level effort that I was hoping for.
Yeah, it was Sneaky Box was the developer for the remaster, so.
Okay. Well, before I end that, I did want to add Leon. No one wants to see Leon scared. So Resident Evil 9, the Requiem director, there was a gameplay kind of trailer, a spotlight from Capcom on what Resident Evil 9 is going to be like. I went through some of it, not all of it. And I think they're, despite a lot of people wanting Leon in there, they're doing their best to try to say Leon's not in there. I still have small hope maybe he'll come at the end or pull a Chris or something. But they were considering Leon as the main character, but they were like,
60 years old.
Leon is, he's not 60.
Yeah,
Leon's
he's 59,
older.
60.
No, I don't know his exact age. I thought it was 51.
It's close to 60. I remember that because I looked it up last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
How old is he? Do you know?
Yeah, close to 60.
No.
Look, I get having your favorite characters, but like bringing them back when is we don't have to happen. We do not have to have 90-year-old Indiana Jones.
I just love the original characters, and they fucked up themselves by teasing the original characters are still in the universe around 7, 8, 9, and they're coming. So what the fuck, are we ever gonna get it? But here's what he said: we always thought about making Leon the protagonist, but making a horror game based around him is difficult. Like, he wouldn't jump at something, like a bucket falling. No one wants to see Leon scared by everything. So he's actually quite a bad match for horror. And I got to admit, that's true.
51.
Yeah!
51.
That's still too fucking old.
Nah, not for fucking Hollywood. You know how many fucking 51-year-old movie action stars are out there? It'd have been fine.
He looked terrible.
God, that's such a fucking stupid reason. 51 years old is fine for an action game. The correct reason, or the reason I can more understand, is the fact that people would complain if Leon's like, oh, hey, all the jump scares that really get your emotions involved in the video game. So they're gonna put a rookie FBI agent, female.
Well, that's why I didn't like the movie either. Leon was just
he was
did him dirty.
What, stoic? Oh, you're talking
the
about
movie.
the live action movie.
Like they
the
made
CGI movies.
terrible.
Leon is Leon. Like, he didn't give a fuck about something.
No, this one's bad.
Yeah, it's sadly true. Resident Evil 4 is not the scariest game in the franchise. It's good.
It's one of the best in the franchise, but they abandoned horror almost entirely.
Yeah,
I want more horror.
He's not scared. So anyways, let's see. This series became really popular with stories set during the original zombie outbreak, and since then we've seen a lot of characters face hardships due to Raccoon City who have faced hardships and grown. There were a lot of characters who were involved in the original outbreak who lost their lives and drastically changed. Resident Evil is a series that was born from Umbrella and the Raccoon City outbreak, so we chose the title Requiem to mark a milestone in the series. This game is a requiem, a eulogy to those who came before. So that's going to be interesting to see how they make that possible. But by maybe that if they're honoring all the stuff in the past, I think they're coming. I mean, Ada Wong, Jill Valentine, and yes, even Leon could maybe cameo, but not be the main protagonist. So anyways, yeah, so that's really good, and I'm excited for Resident Evil Requiem and Resident Evil 9. All right, I got some more news stories, but we'll tack them on to the second video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to our sponsor, something we use every day on our phones that helps save you money. Get it downloaded. It's free. And we'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show and the next episode. Bye, guys.